Nigeria is standing at a crossroads again. A nation blessed with oil, culture, talent, and resilience, yet burdened by questions that refuse to go away. Why are we still here? How did we get here? And more importantly, where are we going next? As 2027 draws closer, the conversations are getting louder. Voices in buses, on the streets of Lagos, in Abuja offices, in quiet homes across the country, everyone is asking the same thing in different ways. Who will lead us next? But before we look forward, before we argue, campaign, or cast our votes, we need to look back. Because the story of Nigeria today did not start today. It is a long journey. Decades of leadership, decisions, sacrifices, mistakes, and moments that shaped the nation we now call home. So tonight, let's rewind time. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's trace the footsteps of power from the very first leader to the man in office today. This is the history of Nigeria's presidents. Nigeria has had 16 leaders as heads of state and presidents since independence in 1960. A mix of civilian presidents and military rulers. Each one came with promises. Each one left with a legacy. Some are remembered with pride, others with controversy, but none without impact. Number 1. Nnamdi Azikiwe, 1963 to 1966. Our story begins with a man many call Zik of Africa, Nnamdi Azikiwe. Though Nigeria gained independence in 1960, it wasn't until 1963 that Nigeria became a republic and Azikiwe became the first official president. But back then, the role was mostly ceremonial. The real power was held by the Prime Minister, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. Still, Azikiwe represented something powerful: hope, unity, and the dream of a truly independent African nation. But that dream would soon face its first major test. In 1966, Nigeria experienced its first military coup. And just like that, democracy was gone. Number 2. Aguiyi Ironsi, 1966. The man who emerged from the chaos was Johnson Aguiyi Ironsi. He became Nigeria's first military head of state. Ironsi tried to unify the country by abolishing the federal system, but that decision sparked tension, especially in the north. His time in power was short. Just 6 months later, another coup, and Nigeria was thrown deeper into instability. Number 3. Yakubu Gowon, 1966 to 1975. From that turmoil rose Yakubu Gowon. At just 31 years old, Gowon became head of state. His leadership would be defined by one of the darkest chapters in Nigeria's history, the Civil War. From 1967 to 1970, Nigeria thought to remain one nation. Millions of lives were lost. But when the war ended, Gowon declared, "No victor, no vanquished." It was a message of unity, but the wounds of that war would linger for generations. Number 4. Murtala Muhammad, 1975 to 1976. In 1975, another coup brought in Murtala Muhammad. Charismatic, bold, decisive, Murtala moved quickly, fighting corruption and promising a return to civilian rule. For many Nigerians, he represented a fresh start, but that hope was cut short. In 1976, he was assassinated in a failed coup attempt. His time was brief, but unforgettable. Number 5. Olusegun Obasanjo, 1976 to 1979. After Murtala's death, power passed to Olusegun Obasanjo, and this moment was historic because Obasanjo would become the first military leader in Nigeria's history to hand over power to a civilian government. In 1979, he kept that promise, and Nigeria returned to democracy. Number 6. Shehu Shagari, 1979 to 1983. The Second Republic began with Shehu Shagari. This was a time of optimism. Democracy was back. Oil money was flowing, the future looked bright. But beneath the surface, problems were growing. Corruption, economic decline, political instability. By 1983, the system was struggling, and once again, the military stepped in. Number 7. Muhammadu Buhari, 1983 to 1985. The man who took over was Muhammadu Buhari. His government was strict, disciplined, unforgiving. He launched the famous war against indiscipline. But many Nigerians also remember this era for its harsh policies and restrictions on freedom. 2 years later, another coup. Number 8. Ibrahim Babangida, 1985 to 1993. Then came Ibrahim Babangida, often called IBB, a master strategist, a controversial leader. Babangida promised a transition back to democracy, but what followed would become one of the most debated moments in Nigeria's history. In 1993, Nigeria held what many believe was its fairest election ever, but the results were annulled. And just like that, hope turned to anger. Protests erupted, the country was tense, and Babangida stepped aside. Number 9. Ernest Shonekan. In the middle of the crisis, Ernest Shonekan was appointed as the interim head of the interim national government. But his time in power lasted only a few months. Nigeria was unstable, and the military was not done yet. Number 10. Sani Abacha, 1993 to 1998. Then came one of the most powerful and controversial figures in Nigeria's history, Sani Abacha. Abacha ruled with an iron fist. His regime was marked by strict control, human rights concerns, and allegations of massive corruption. Yet, some Nigerians also remember this era for economic stability. It was a complex time, one that still sparks debate today. In 1998, Abacha died suddenly, and Nigeria stood on the edge of change once again. Number 11. Abdul Salami Abubakar, 1998 to 1999. The transition to democracy was led by Abdul Salami. Unlike many before him, Abdul Salami moved quickly. Within a year, elections were organized, and Nigeria prepared to return to civilian rule. Number 12. Olusegun Obasanjo. History repeated itself, because the man who handed over power in 1979 returned as a civilian president, Olusegun Obasanjo. This marked Nigeria's fourth republic, the democracy we still have today. Obasanjo's presidency focused on rebuilding institutions, stabilizing the economy, and restoring Nigeria's image globally. But like every leader, his time came with both praise and criticism. In many ways, that was just the beginning of modern Nigeria. A new democracy, a new constitution, a new hope. But as the years went on, Nigerians would learn something important. Democracy alone does not guarantee progress. Leadership still matters. 13. Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, 2007 to 2010. After 8 years of civilian rule, power was handed over to Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, a quiet, soft-spoken leader, known for his humility and calm approach to governance. Yar'Adua came into office with a promise of reform, electoral reform, rule of law, and stability. And one of his most notable moves was the amnesty program for militants in the Niger Delta, which helped reduce violence in the oil-rich region. But his presidency was soon overshadowed by illness. For months, Nigerians were left in uncertainty. No clear leadership, no clear direction. It was a difficult time. And in 2010, Nigeria lost a sitting president for the first time in its democratic history. 14. Goodluck Jonathan, 2010 to 2015. From that moment of uncertainty rose a man whose story captured global attention. Goodluck Jonathan. A man who once said, "My father was a fisherman, I had no shoes. From humble beginnings to the highest office in the land, Jonathan's presidency was a mix of progress and pressure. On one hand, Nigeria experienced economic growth. The country became one of the largest economies in Africa. On the other hand, security challenges intensified. The rise of insurgency in the northeast, national tension, and growing dissatisfaction among citizens. But in 2015, Jonathan did something that changed Nigeria's democratic story forever. After losing the election, he conceded peacefully. No violence, no chaos, just a simple message. My ambition is not worth the blood of any Nigerian. And in that moment, Nigeria proved that democracy could work. 15. Muhammadu Buhari, 2015 to 2023. Then came a familiar face, Muhammadu Buhari. This time, not as a military ruler, but as a democratically elected president. His campaign was built on three major promises: fight corruption, fix the economy, defeat insecurity. And at first, many Nigerians believed change had finally come. But as the years went on, opinions became divided. Some praised his anti-corruption efforts and infrastructure projects. Others criticized economic hardship, rising inflation, and ongoing security challenges. It was a presidency that sparked debates in homes, online, and across the streets. By 2023, another election came, and once again, Nigeria stood at a turning point. 16. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 2023 to present. The current chapter of Nigeria's story is being written by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a seasoned politician, a strategist, a man many believe played a key role in shaping modern Nigerian politics. His rise to the presidency came with high expectations and immediate bold decisions. Fuel subsidy removal, economic reforms, policy changes that Nigerians felt almost instantly. For some, it signaled courage. For others, it brought hardship. Today, the country is still adjusting. Prices are rising, voices are growing louder, and once again, Nigerians are watching, questioning, and hoping. And now, we find ourselves here, standing on the edge of another decision, another election, another chance to shape the future. But if history has taught us anything, it is this: leadership in Nigeria has never been simple. From independence dreams, to military coups, to civil war, to democracy, we have seen power change hands in many ways, some peaceful, some painful. We have seen leaders rise as heroes and leave as controversies. We have celebrated victories and endured disappointments. 16 leaders, 16 different chapters, each one leaving a mark, whether good, bad, or somewhere in between. So as 2027 approaches, the question is no longer just who will be the next president. The real question is, what kind of Nigeria do we want to become? Because the truth is, the future of this country is not just in the hands of one leader. It is in the hands of millions of Nigerians, the voters, the youth, the voices that refuse to stay silent. History is not just something we remember. It is something we create with every decision, every vote, every choice. And next year, 2027, will not just be another election. It will be another mark in Nigeria's story, another chapter that generations to come will look back on and ask, did they make the right choice? So as the countdown begins, as campaigns rise, as promises are made, as emotions run high, take a moment, look back, remember the journey, understand the past, because only then can we truly decide the future. Nigeria has come a long way, but the road ahead is still unwritten. The question is, what will we write next? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.